Verzeo, your one-stop solution to everything learning.
Okay, great guys. As I believe most of you have already joined, it's Ajay Billav here, and I'm your host for this session. And today we'll be going ahead with a topic which is much more what is relevant to your career and that you will be dealing with in your future. So the topic gonna be kickstart your career with data science, and our mentor, our speaker for today's session, that is Shiva Shankar. He is a data science manager in Accenture, and he had done a lot of research and projects related to this particular domain. I believe like he is a better approach and better person to provide you with the knowledge that you are seeking for. And let's say whatever doubts that you have, if it is relevant to data science, machine learning, or else any projects that you are working on, or else what might be your career expectations in your two-year or 3-year ahead. So all those questions you can get it discussed with Shiv Shankar, and I believe he'll be the better person to provide you the knowledge that you are seeking for. And that's all from my end. I'll be handing it over to Shiva Shankar. And yeah, from now, I think you'll be going ahead with the topic and the interactive session between the mentor and the audience. So that's all. Thank you so much, guys, for attending again. And Shiva Shankar, you can take it further. Thank you again for being with us.
Yeah. Thanks, Ajay. Hi, everyone. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to this webinar. Today, we will be discussing on how to kickstart your career in data science. I have drafted this session in a way that it will be more thought-provoking with key industry facts and also with a clear roadmap on how you can start building your career in data science. So please note down all your questions you have on the topics which we are going to discuss. We have allocated last 10 to 15 minutes for questions and discussion session. As you see, like I have divided the session into 4 key focus areas where we will be initially understand what exactly data science is and why it is important. These 2 sections will give you a clear understanding of the concept of data science. Then I will be discussing typical industry problems which we are trying to solve on a day-to-day basis, where we will compare 2 real-life scenarios on how organizations have used machine learning and artificial intelligence capabilities to improve the brand perception. Post that, we will also discuss key career opportunities in the market for data science, along with a clear roadmap on how you guys can plan tactically and start preparing yourself to enter into this stream. I hope this is clear. Let's start with what is data science. Data science is the domain of study that deals with vast volumes of data using modern tools and techniques to find unseen and hidden patterns and derive meaningful information enabling informed business decisions. I want to take a pause over here and explain to you the highlighted terminologies. First, let's start with vast volumes of data. You have plenty of data that is getting generated each day. Take your mobile phone as an example. On a daily basis, you are becoming a means to generate lots of data. To web surfing using social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and you are also taking lots of photos and videos, connecting with your friends and families through calls and WhatsApp, playing games like PUBG, Fortnite, Candy Crush, and so on. And data science is a methodology or a way to study these data points. But how you will do it? For that, you can use modern tools and techniques, which includes sophisticated and complex machine learning algorithms, programming tools, and technologies like Python, Spark, Hive, Hadoop framework. And on top of these, the emergence of cloud infrastructure has improved the ease of use. But basically, why you need this? These tools and methodologies will help you to find unseen and hidden patterns like who are my customers, what is their preferences, what products will they buy next, how can I target them, and what kind of offers I can give to them. So you have all these insights and unseen and hidden patterns. And finally, the end goal is to derive meaningful information enabling informed business decisions, like how much should I spend on customer acquisition, on marketing, supply chains, insights on market penetration and expansion. So this is all about data science. So now let's look into the components of data science. So basically, data science is comprised of 4 components. First is applied statistics. where we will utilize the basic statistical concepts like mean, median, mode, skewness, distributions, sampling, and also advanced concepts like differentiation, integration, gradient descent, and optimization. Next is the computer science, where we'll be using coding standards, algorithms, methodologies, compute resources, virtualization, and so on. Then comes the language and tools, which majorly deals with programming languages like SQL, Python, PySpark, SAS, Hive, and tools and infrastructures like Tableau, Power BI, Databricks, and even like cloud platforms like Azure, AWS, and GCP. And finally, the most important thing is the storytelling. No matter what kind of analysis you do, or what kind of platforms you use, or what kind of problem statement you solve, if you don't communicate your insights in a streamlined and in an effective manner, it won't have the desired impact. So you should spend more time in building and delivering an impactful story. I hope this is clear. So next, move into the type of data analytics. So basically, we have 4 types of data analytics. One is descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive. I'd like to explain each of this with an example. So we can take COVID-19 as an example over here. So as you all know, in 2019, a deadly pandemic hits the human race, and this resulted in an exponential increase in the admissions of patients into the hospital. So descriptive analytics is nothing but a snapshot of the event. It will give an overview of what exactly has happened. And second one is the diagnostic analytics, which will tell why something has happened. This will explore the data and make correlations. People got admitted to the hospitals because they were having symptoms like high fever, dry cough, and fatigue. So all these symptoms have resulted in hospital admissions. Third one is the predictive analytics, which will tell what is likely to happen. It forecasts a surge in patients admitted to the hospital in next several weeks or months. So based on the patterns in the data, the illness is spreading at a rapid rate. And the last one is prescriptive analytics. Now that you know the illness is spreading, the prescriptive analytics may suggest that you increase the number of staff or medicine supplies on the hand to adequately treat the influx of patients. So basically, the descriptive analytics will tell what happened. Diagnostic analytics will tell why did something happen. Predictive analytics will tell what is likely to happen. And finally, the prescriptive analytics will tell what actions should be taken. And as you go down from descriptive to prescriptive, the complexity of the analysis will increase. And at the same time, value or the insights generated through the analysis will also increase as expected. Now let's move on why it is important. Before going into why it is important, let's see why there's a hype first of all. The credits for all these hypes goes to modern technology, innovation, and its enablers. Because of this technology and innovation across the industry has resulted in the creation of vast amounts of information, and hence data volumes have exploded exponentially. All these data are coming from multiple facets, which includes customer touchpoints, loyalty programs, campaign participations, internet browsing, social media activities, entertainment and health-related metrics, e-commerce purchase behaviors, research outcomes, and so on. It's kind of a never-ending list. For your information, currently the world produces 2.5 quintillion bytes of data every day. That equals to 10 million Blu-ray discs stacked at the height of 4 Eiffel Towers. So basically, we have lots of data generated. For an example, Facebook and Instagram alone the user uploads around 10 million plus photos every 60 minutes. And till the recent times, we did not have enough storage facility to store these continuously increasing data and a computational power to analyze and provide insights from this data because it was too costly to set up these resources. But the emergence of cloud infrastructure has empowered even a common data practitioner like you and me to have his or her own data storage, computation, secure VPN, inbuilt containerization, web interfaces, and so on. And another good thing about this platform is that you need to pay as you go on the basis. So currently 3 major players in the market are providing these cloud computing services. They are Microsoft Azure, AWS, Amazon Web Services, and GCP, Google Cloud Platforms. And they are offering variety of benefits starting from backup and restore data facility, excellent accessibility, instant deployment, low maintenance cost, ease of mobility, and most importantly, data security. The wealth of data being collected and stored by these technologies can bring transformative benefits to the organizations and societies around the world. So it's no more a luxury. It became necessity. Next, let's look into the emergence of data science. For your information, the so data science have been here since 1990, but its value was recognized only when business can use the humongous volumes of data for decision making. Data science practitioners apply machine learning algorithms to numbers, text, images, videos, audios, and more to produce AI, artificial intelligence system, to perform tasks that ordinarily require human intelligence. In turn, these systems generate insights that analysts and business users can translate into a tangible business value. Because of all these benefits and utilities, organizations have started implementing data science into their business. And EY and NASSCOM survey shows that 1 in every 2 Indian companies have accelerated their journey in cloud computing. It also reveals that 4 in every 5 companies will increase their cloud budgets next year. And another significant point is that many companies have made data science as their priority and are investing heavily. Recently, Gartner has conducted a survey with around 3,000 CIOs. Respondents ranked analytics and business intelligence as the top differentiating technology for their organizations. They see these technologies as the most strategic investments for their companies. So this is all about the company adoption. So till now, we have seen how the interest from the companies to adopt data science into their system. This in turn resulted in market adoption as well. According to Glassdoor and Forbes, demand for data scientists will increase by 28% by 2026, which speaks of the profession's durability and its longevity. So if you want to have a secure career, data science offer you that chance. And LinkedIn ranked data scientist as the #1 job for 3 consecutive years. So if you are looking for an exciting career that offers stability and a generous compensation, then look no further. Now let's look into the typical data science problems across industries. Being said all this exciting career opportunity of data science, you might still wonder what exactly people are trying to solve using data science. Let's look into typical data science problems across industries. Organizations are using data science to turn data into a competitive advantage by refining products and services. Let's look into few use cases. So first thing is the recommendation engine. Customer satisfaction will increase when products and services are tailored to people's needs or interest. So when you target a customer with right product and at the right time, using right channel with right offers, you are increasing the customer perception on your brand. And by doing this, there is a high chance that your repeat customer base will increase. And in turn, it will increase the loyal customer base as well. Companies such as Amazon and Flipkart are using hyper-personalization techniques driven by data science to better focus their offerings to customers. Even Netflix gives movie recommendation based on what you like to watch and your past search patterns. For an example, I am a guy who has watched lots of Amitabh Bachchan movies, and say you are a person who have watched many Tapsi Pannu movies. So for a movie like Badla or Pink, I'll get a thumbnail with Amitabh Bachchan image, whereas you will get a thumbnail with Tapsi image. So that's how they are doing the recommendation and personalization for each individual customers. Okay, next we will move on to sentimental analysis. Through sentiment analysis, data science enables organizations to know what people think about their products and services and how they were satisfied with their experience. It also provides the nuances of customer engagements in marketing campaigns as well. These applications can also categorize customer sentiments and behaviors and track how they change over time. So this changing over time will give an really meaningful insight to the business. Even travel and hospitality companies have adopted this high-powered approach of sentiment analysis to identify customers who had highly positive or negative experience so they can respond quickly. Next is the conversational AI. Data science has been extremely helpful in making conversation systems useful to the business. Data scientists have used machine learning algorithms to train these systems on a large amount of text so they can derive conversational patterns from the data. Combined with advanced NLP techniques and chatbots, intelligent agents, voice assistants are now popping up everywhere from phones, websites, and even in cars to engage both text and voice-based interaction with people. Okay, next, let's move on to predictive modeling. Predictive analytics helps to improve decision-making capabilities by creating models that better predict customer behaviors and market trends. Its applications are used in a wide range of industries, including financial services, retail, manufacturing, healthcare, and so on. For an example, manufacturers use predictive maintenance system to help reduce equipment breakdowns and improve production uptime. Airplane makers like Boeing and Airbus also depend on predictive maintenance to improve their fleet availability. Similarly, Chevron or BP and other companies in the energy sector use predictive modeling to improve equipment reliability in settings where maintenance is costly and so on. Next, let's move on to pattern recognition. Identifying the patterns in dataset is a fundamental data science project. For example, pattern recognition helps retailers and e-commerce companies like Walmart and Amazon to spot trends in customer purchasing behavior. It can also help in stock trading, risk management, diagnosis of medical conditions, even seismic analysis. And last thing is the anomaly. Like one powerful application of data science is the use of statistical analysis to spot anomalies in the data. For an example, financial firms increasingly have been challenged to detect fraudulent spending behavior in transactions data that continues to explode in volume and variety. Amex, American Express, was an early pioneer in applying data science techniques and methods to big data in real time for fraud detection and other use cases. So anomaly detection is also useful in tasks like preventing cyber attack and monitoring the performances of IT systems. So before going into the next session, I'd like to show you guys a video. Last Diwali, the American multinational confectionery brand Cadbury has made Bollywood star Shah Rukh Khan the brand ambassador of hundreds of local businesses that have been affected due to COVID-19 pandemic. You might wonder how it is even possible, how a star like Shah Rukh Khan can become a brand ambassador of a local petty shop. To understand how it is made possible, let's dive into this video.
Big businesses and brands that suffered during the pandemic found their way back, but the smaller stores still suffer.
This lockdown has been a real tough phase of my life. I mean, I have seen bad days, but this was the worst.
Last year, we helped small businesses through Diwali. So this year, we decided to bring it back. Presenting not just a Cadbury ad. This Diwali, we helped hundreds of small businesses by making India's biggest brand ambassador be their brand ambassador.
इस दिवाली आप भी ना अपने पास वाले फैशन और एम्पोरियम से ही कपड़ों की शॉपिंग करना और फिर एम्पायर फुटवेयर नाम तो सुना होगा अपना स्टाइलिश चश्मा बगल वाले हेवन आई ऑप्टिशियन से ही लेना सिद्धि विनायक इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स से लेटेस्ट स्मार्टफोन खरीदकर धमाकेदार सेल्फी पोस्ट करना
क्या कर रहे हो मीठा लाए कि नहीं
लाया हो ना यार अपने पास वाले रोशन किराना से आप भी अपना मीठा वहीं से लेना
We used machine learning to recreate Shah Rukh Khan's face and voice to take the local store names in the ads.
इस दिवाली आप भी ना अपने पास वाले चॉइस ऑफ फैशन से ही कपड़ों की शॉपिंग करना पास वाले आजकल फैशन से ही रॉयल फैशन से ही एनके क्लॉथ्स से ही पास वाले लक्ष्मी कलेक्शन से ही कपड़ों की शॉपिंग करना इस दिवाली आप भी ना अपने पास
Different versions of the same ad with local store names were targeted as per the PIN code of the viewer, showing them only the nearby stores. But it is impossible to cover all the stores. So we gave the power to the people to create their own version of not just a Cadbury ad. Any small business owner could promote their stores through their own social media networks like WhatsApp forwards and other social media pages.
हमारे आसपास की जो दुकानें हैं उनकी दिवाली भी तो मीठी होनी चाहिए
Cadbury celebrations, not just a Cadbury ad.
So I hope you liked the video. So basically what they have done is like they have used machine learning and artificial intelligence to recreate Shah Rukh Khan's face and voice to promote all individual local stores. Since being shared online, the video has gone viral and gained over 1 million plus views, with many people praising the company's initiative and started posting like this. Excellent initiative from Cadbury India and Ogilvy. Superb. What a use of machine learning to create something so localized, promote small time stores around us. jobs. This is so beautiful by Cadbury India. On the other hand, like if you see, Indigo have responded to a tweet by a user stating, "Thank you for sending my baggage to Hyderabad and flying me to Calcutta at the same time. Brilliant service." For this tweet, Indigo has responded, "Glad to hear that." And this was trending like anything across all social media platforms and even in some news articles. And as soon as the company realized this error, they have deleted the tweet. But unfortunately, many people have taken the screenshots. So this is what happens if your cognitive models are not able to adapt to real life problems. Yeah. Anyways, it's just for fun. Let's move to the most important topic of the day. Yeah. Careers in data science. Organizations are picking up the nuggets of wisdom and are explicitly leveraging data science to convert informations and knowledge into actions, thereby leading to multiple data science jobs. With zillion bytes of data being generated each day, the role of a data scientist is of paramount importance. So let's start looking into individual paths available in the market. First is data analyst. Most of the people who start his or her career in data science will start from this role. Even I have started my career as a data analyst. Data analyst has the responsibility of analyzing the data, identifying trends, and creating predictive models based on the data studied. Another critical responsibility of a data analyst is to translate findings into reports which can be understood by the management and also help them accurately visualize the possible outcomes. So basically, they will be collecting the data, processing the data, and performing statistical data analysis to help companies make better business decisions. A qualified data analyst should have a solid understanding of programming skills, and these positions are often on the lower end of the organizational chart. However, you will have an ample opportunity to learn and advance into higher level roles. With respect to the required skill set, they should be aware of statistical and mathematical knowledge and programming skills like SAS, R, Python, PySpark, and so on. And like on top of that, they should also have an experience in data wrangling and some portion of data visualization as well. Next is the ML engineer. This is one of the other famous data science career paths that attracts multiple professionals. And ML engineer is responsible for creating and deploying data pipelines that help in making information available for the data scientists. They are also responsible for building new APIs to support the industrialization purpose. They also assist in developing the architecture that helps analyze and process data in a manner best suited for their organization. So basically, ML engineers differ from other data science career by focusing more on the systems and hardwares that facilitate a company's data initiatives rather than the data analysis itself. So regarding the skills required for ML engineers, they should be like aware on the DevOps, pipeline build, deployment of pipelines, Git, Docker, containerization, and also workflow management. And added advantages like programming language such as Python, Java, and Scala. Okay, next is the data architect. They are the ones who create a blueprint for all the data management systems. Every company's database needs to build and maintain by identifying all possible and structural installation solutions. This task is performed by data architect. So their job is to ensure that their company's data solutions are built for performance and also to design analytics for multiple platforms. Due to increasing importance of big data, the data architect roles are becoming more common. So regarding the skills required for this, languages such as SQL, XML, Hive, Pig, and even Spark. So all these skills is like kind of a mandatory for them. And next is the BI analyst, business intelligence analyst. So they transform data into insights that finally drive business value. This data science career path is for people with strong critical thinking and problem solving abilities. So BI analysts make use of data analytics, data visualization, and data modeling techniques. BI analysts can figure out trends that can help managers in making business decisions to improve the organization's overall process. And the skills required for BI analyst is like definitely storytelling, then Excel, Tableau, and Power BI. And on top of that, some Python packages like Seaborn and Matplotlib. And finally is the data scientist. So the primary role is to extract consumable information from structured and unstructured data using programming tools and processes for them. Their job also includes creating a methodology and a blueprint to present information to stakeholders. Other key responsibilities are to determine what problem is, what questions needs answers, and how to provide solutions for the ask. Also, they mine, clean, and present relevant data to stakeholders and manage client relationship as well. So regarding the skills required for data scientists, it's basically programming skills like SAS, R, and Python, and storytelling, and on top of the data visualization. And they also should have a good statistical and mathematical skills, and definitely a machine learning. So out of this 5, I will suggest that these 3, data analyst, ML engineers, and business intelligence analyst, these 3 are the roles which you can start in the early stage, and depends on your interest on the software or the data side, you can select any one. And as you progress across your career, you will move on to this data scientist role. Okay, next let's move on to how to get industry ready. So now you have understood the typical roles in data science marketplace, but to get into this stream, you need a clear roadmap on where to start, when to start, and key best practices you need to follow to kickstart this stream. So basically, you can start with basic statistics, which includes concepts like population, sample and mean, median, mode, distributions, probability, variance, standard deviations, and correlation, covariance, etc. And then you can proceed with advanced statistical concepts, where you will need an in-depth understanding of concepts like distribution and types of distributions, conditional probability, Bayes theorem, hypothesis testing, gradient descent, and even stochastic gradient descent. Simultaneously, you can start with learning some programming languages for data loading, processing, transformation, feature engineering, and imputation. So for that, you have plenty of options from like SAS, Jupyter Notebook, RStudio, Excel, and even RapidMiner for all the data analysis related tasks. And for data warehousing, you can use like Informatica, Talent, even AWS Redshift. And for machine learning related things, you can do scikit-learn, TensorFlow, Spark, MLib, and even Azure ML Studio. Another most important thing is to understand the ML and AI concepts, where you need to emphasize more on linear regressions, logistic, its assumption, and clustering, association role mining, and decision tree random forest, and some bagging and boosting techniques. And on top of that, you can always go with neural network, LSTM, RNN, and CNN. If you become an all-rounder, then you can focus definitely on visualization aspect as well. As mentioned earlier, storytelling is the key for them. And regarding the tools, you can start learning Power BI, Tableau, data insights, and so on. Actually, there are plenty of tools available for data visualization, but in the recent times, Power BI has been significantly adopted by many organizations. And on top of these things, if you are interested more into software side rather than actual data analysis, then you can start learning on all MLOps related activities, which includes Git, repo folder structure, Dockers, containers, ML flow, Kubernetes, and even Jenkins. And at the last, the most important thing which you want to upskill is your knowledge of cloud platforms. Here you majorly have 3 options like Microsoft Azure, AWS, and GCP. And I feel it's always good to become expert in one and understand the integrities, because all other platforms have similar functionalities and it works similar in nature. Just the names of each feature will be different. On top of this roadmap, there are few best practices which I would like to add. So first thing is choosing the right role. There are a lot of varied roles in data science industry. Depending on your background and area of interest, getting into one role would be easier than another role. For an example, if you are interested in software development, then you can opt for ML engineer role. Then next thing is choosing right tool or language and sticking to it. As I mentioned before, you need to get an end-to-end experience of whichever topic you pursue. A difficult question that everyone faces is on the tool to start with. This would probably be the most asked questions by beginners. And the most straightforward answer would be to choose any of the mainstream tools and languages like Python and start your data science career. After all, tools are just names. It's a means for implementation. But understanding the concept is more important. So basically, if you are good at one tool, then working on similar tools won't be that difficult. Then you can also take up course and complete it. Now, since that you have decided on the roles and tools, the next logical thing for you is to put an dedicated effort to understand the concepts. The demand for data scientists is big. So thousands of courses and study materials are out there to hold your hands. What you can do is maybe take up some online courses which are either freely available, or you can join a program that should take you through lots of twists and turns. The choice of free versus paid is not an issue. The main objective should be like whether the course clears your basics and brings you a suitable level from where you can push further. When you take up this course, go through it actively, follow the coursework, assignments, and all the discussions happened around the course. The next important thing for you would be to join a peer group, which keeps you motivated always. Taking up a new field may seem a bit daunting when you do it alone, but when you have friends who are alongside you, the task seems a bit easier. And final thing is to focus on practical application and not just theory. The most important thing which you need to keep in your mind while undergoing courses and training is that you should focus more on the practical application of the things which you're learning. This would help you to not only understand the concept, but also give you a deeper sense of how it would happen, or how it can be applied. So work on few open source data sets and apply your learnings. Even if you don't understand the math behind the technique, you can understand the assumptions and what it does and how to interpret the results. So basically you can always develop a deeper understanding at the later stage. So take a look on the solution by the people who have worked on similar fields. They would be able to pinpoint you with the right approach faster. So basically, overall, it might look attractive because data scientists are in demand, the job pays well, and you can do all the latest cutting edge solutions through machine learning, artificial intelligence, robotics, and even cloud platforms. But on the other hand, data science is an evolving field where you need to learn a lot. Just as the possibility of data science are endless, so are its complexities. So it might look attractive, but it's a long journey. Thank you, everyone. Hope you like the session.
Okay, thank you so much, Shiva Shankar. And thank you guys for being with us. And yep, so that's all regarding today's session. Do you guys have any doubts or anything to ask? I think you can quickly move to the chat section and you can get your doubts resolved. Might be related to your career start in your data science field, or else some doubts that you might be struggling with, what to choose, what not to choose, at what particular point. So you can get your doubts resolved over here. I think that would be a better option. Guys, chat section is all yours. You can ping and you can ask your doubts so that others can also understand.
Asked what is MLOps. So MLOps is nothing but machine learning and combination of operations. So it has a set of practices that aims to deploy and maintain machine learning models in production. So basically what happens is, like, as a data scientist, we used to build models. Once the models are built, we need to have some framework to deploy this. So there all the ML engineers comes into play. So the major role for them is like the model which we have built, they will use that and they will create multiple pipelines. First, I should run this process. Then it should be followed by another process. For an example, maybe first process will be data collection. Second process will be data aggregation. And third one will be analytics data mart build. And last one will be maybe model scoring and prediction. And finally, tagging something to the customer base. So we might have built the models into multiple phases. So the MLOps engineers, what they does is like, they will collate all these elements together in terms of a sequential process flow. So that is called workflow. So for that, they use multiple tools and technologies like Git, Jenkins, Docker, containerization, and so on. Okay, for freshers, which role is better to enter? So personally, what I feel is like you can start with data analyst, because by having your career in data analyst, you will have a lot of exposure to multiple use cases and also like multiple tools. Because if you go into other streams, then it might be like kind of a hazy. So I'll say focus into data analyst, and maybe there you focus on a particular tool that will be really helpful for you, and you should try and explore lots of use cases. So on top of your project deliverables, I always suggest during the like early career, you can focus on participating in multiple hackathons and then look into the solutions of the winners. So that will help you to like streamline your thought process and will give you a clear vision on how you can proceed further, on what all mistakes which you are making.
Okay, I believe that answers Suresh. And one more question that I have, that is a usual question from the audience that we get it. So let's say Shiva Shankar, so the demand for data science, or else when it considers to software development engineers, right? So sometimes it feels like there are a lot of less companies who deal with data science related projects, or else for being a fresher, like what is your idea, or else what is your thing which mentions like what kind of projects that these guys might be dealing with, or else what they need to start with to enter into a data science related stream.
Okay. For a fresher, basically entering into the stream, like it's quite difficult because on a regular basis, I'm also conducting multiple interviews. So what I see is like people are kind of participating in just hackathons and they are running few models, because for an example, running the model is just a one-line code, and running the model doesn't make you a data scientist. So you need to understand the business use, and major like your work should be on the data aggregation, understanding the features and creation of new features, which is like importance or like significant to the business use. So you should always focus on that, because that will give you a clear idea on how you can proceed, because running the models is like not a big deal. So that is one clear thing which I want to explain to all the people. So what I see during the interviews is like people are saying, yeah, I have deployed neural network, I have deployed like CNN or RNN. But when we ask into the concepts of those things, they are not able to like provide a clear solution to that. So I'll say not just run the model, understand what the model is, understand the basics of it, clear idea, get a clear idea on what is the background of this process, like what kind of entropy or like Gini index or what methodology they are using, or what is the cost function into the model. So you need to understand from the core. So basically you need to understand the model background, understand the business, and you should also be very good in hands-on. So if you are good in all these three, and if you are able to like prove yourself through solving multiple hackathons, then you will have some pointers to say during the interviews. So I think that will help you to get into some boutique analytics firm. And once you get into those kind of firms, then as time passes, I think like you can definitely move into good corporate.
Okay, great. And one more question from Ayush Mittal, I guess. What he asks is iCloud and Google Drive are similar as Google Cloud?
In which category iCloud and Google Drive?
Can you brief it, Ayush, if it is possible? And till that time, we'll go to the next question. Yeah. Suresh asked that what kind of tools are mandatory for data analytic?
Okay, for data analyst, so basically the work which you will be doing is like complete hands-on. So for that, definitely programming skills is must. Initially, like R was kind of like ruling out the market, but currently Python is like dominating like anything. So I'll say you can start with Python, and in Python, understand all this data wrangling process, all the imputation techniques and data massaging. And once you are comfortable in all these things, then go to model. So that is how the flow should be. And once you are like comfortable with Python, maybe you can start with some visualization piece. It can be either Power BI or Tableau, because like always it's good to have more exposure to the tools. If you have these two tools, I think like it is kind of sufficient.
Okay, great. Guys, anything more to ask? And one more general question I would like to ask Shiva Shankar over here. What is the like major responsibilities a data scientist would be dealing with in a company? Okay,
data scientists, actually, they are the people who are like continuously engaged with the top management or even the client related works. So they will have the direct exposure to all client related requirements, and they are the people who will be working in line with the managers or senior managers and get the requirement, and based on that they can build the solutions. So once you become a data analyst, like as time passes, maybe 3 years or 4 years down the line, once you get more idea on the business and also the data related along with the domain knowledge, then like you will be definitely fit for this data scientist role.
Okay, great.
So don't with just the name tags. So understand from the base, and then like you try to build your career across.
Great. I believe student that answers. If you have any queries, you can post, or else you can definitely follow us over LinkedIn, and you can get back to us. Anyways, we'll be conducting this kind of similar webinars in the future. And I believe, Shiva Shankar, that would be the end of this webinar. And thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for being here. And that was a great session that we had. So in the future, we'll be going ahead with similar kind of episodes with more deep dive into the topics, individual topics. So I think, yeah, hoping best for the upcoming series. So thank you one and all. Thank you students for attending the session. And this will be a quick wrap up and one more important information to deliver. That is, you will be having one more webinar on Friday 11th by Manvi Tyagi. That would be on your recursion topic, the episode 2 on problem solving. You can attend that webinar on 11th. You can get your friends or else whoever is interested to get the knowledge on the particular topic. So you can go with that. And after that, you will be having one more podcast on 12th. I think you will be receiving the intimation on that also. That would be from Pratimesh Joshi from CRED. I think you might have already attended the initial one webinar from his end. So that is the thing, guys, for today's session. And that's all. Stay tuned and you can subscribe to Verzeo for similar webinars and programs that we usually conduct. And you can check out Shiva Shankar's profile, LinkedIn profile. You can be in touch with him and you can follow him for similar kind of questions that you have or any suggestions or something that you are looking for. I believe like you would be pretty grateful to help you out. So yep, that's all. It's Ajay Bilav signing off. Shiv Shankar, if you have anything to add on, you can just let them know.
Yeah, thanks Ajay, and thanks for this opportunity. It was a great session, I guess.
Great. Thank you so much again. Thank you one and all. Stay safe and we'll see you in the coming session. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Visit verzeo.com, subscribe to our channel to know more.